Hola amigos, bien o no, saludos otra vez desde Medellín. Hoy dos palabras más que muchas veces estoy muy confundido. Entonces, remember or remind. Remember or remind. Two words often get a bit confused, so I'm going to show you a couple of sentences here. Hopefully will make it a bit clearer how to use remember and how to use remind. Okay? So this is how we commonly would hear this. Remind me to buy soap powder at the supermarket tomorrow. Remind me. Remind me. So I'm asking you to remind me because I think I'm going to forget. Remind me to buy soap powder at the supermarket tomorrow. So okay, it's tomorrow now. And you can say to me, remember to buy soap powder today. So remember to buy soap powder today. That's what's reminding you. Remember to buy soap powder today. When I come back from the supermarket, you can then ask me, did you remember to buy the soap powder? No, I forgot. Now I could then say, you didn't remind me. You did not remind me. I did remind you. I reminded you at breakfast. Oh yes. Now I remember. You did remind me. Sorry. Okay? See how that works? So I ask you to remind me. Because what I want you to do is to tell me later the thing I don't want to forget. Please remind me to do this thing. Or please remind me of their telephone number. Please remind me. So it's something I don't want to forget. I'm sharing it with you, so you're going to remember it for me and tell me about it later. And by telling me, you are reminding me. So what I want you to do is tell me that information later so I don't forget. So remind me is to tell me later so I don't forget. Yeah. So what I'm really asking you to do is remember the information for me and tell me later. Remind me later. Yeah. So remember is, well, it's obvious. I need not to forget the thing. So by remembering, I haven't forgotten. If I ask you to remind me, I'm asking you to remember or not forget that thing and tell me later so that I can do that thing. Yeah. Remember to buy soap powder today. Okay. Don't forget, buy soap powder. Yeah. Then you could ask me, did you remember? Did you remember? Or did you not? You didn't forget, did you? Did you remember to buy the soap powder? Ah, no, I forgot. You didn't remind me because I don't remember that you told me the thing I asked you to remember for me, the thing I asked you to remind me. You didn't remind me. I did remind you. I reminded you at breakfast. Oh yes, now I remember. So now I remember the conversation we had when you reminded me what I asked you to do. You did remind me. Sorry. So, remind, remember. So remember is hold it in your memory so you don't forget something. Oh, I must remember that, must remember that. When we're worried that we're going to forget, we ask someone else to remember that information for us and tell us later. Remind me, which is I want you to remember it and tell me later. Remind me later, because I'm going to forget. Yeah? And remembering is just, well, not forgetting. I remembered. Yeah. Okay, that's the difference. Remember, remind. So I can remind you in the way that I often end these videos. Déjame saber en los comentarios. So I remind you to contact me by writing in the comments, or please remember, tune in tomorrow for another video. Yeah, so remember, remind. That's it for now. Cheerio.